There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure. And double upload.
Expose. 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 Expose.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose.
Skip it up and that up.
Expose. 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 Expose.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Expose. 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 Expose.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose.
Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose.
Exposed. Exposed. Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure. And double upload.
Expose. 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 Expose.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose. 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 Expose.
Ah,
Expose.
what a day, and it's thundering out right now.
You're exposed.
This may end up being
You are
the
exposed.
shortest stream if the lights go out. You'll probably see me for like a minute after the light, if they do go out. It doesn't necessarily mean they are. It doesn't look like it's like a nasty thunderstorm. Let me look right now on the radar here. Yeah, music's off. Just want to make sure. Hello, everybody. I am still going to do the Alex Jones stream. To do a stream of that caliber, though, with that man, I need a lot more energy than I have right now. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, and I've how many steps did I do with my pedometer? And it was just wasn't even me exercising. It was just fucking errands. I have done close to 12,000 steps today, equivalent of 5 miles, with just doing errands on 3 hours of sleep with my children here. With an Alex Jones stream, I wouldn't be doing it justice if I did it tonight. Papa Doodle Doodle, did I? Thank you very much. I'm sorry, dude. Camelot, what's good? There's no. I would be doing it a disservice if I did that stream tonight. I need to be in the right. Ooh, that. All right, maybe this storm is worse than I thought. Let me take a look at the radar again here. It has to be like growing on top of me. That doesn't sound right, but it's true. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man? Hold on, let me go back to the radar again here. Yeah, it's like a cell growing like right next to where I am. Oh, that's good. That's a good time had by all. So I got some really, really interesting fucking products. Alex Jones is dude, I have a whole playlist. And I was going to do that tonight, but my kids are staying for the week because their mom went away on vacation for a week with her friend. Like her childhood best friend. And, yeah. I wouldn't, it would be forced funny. It wouldn't, I mean, I know I'm still going to say stupid humorous shit tonight, but I knew Pepsi fan thing. Ban anybody whose name is Pepsi fan. Oh, I can't hear my own shit. Moist Boy Express is a new member. But anyway, instead of me just being a miserable fuck, on a lighter note, I'm already seeing, even before the Switch OLED news, I was already seeing. Now, obviously, it's going to take a while to gain back all the subs I lost over, like, the past month and change. But, yeah, I'm already kind of seeing a turnaround in viewership, in subscribers, and it's real, man. Moist, I love your fucking name, dude. I already said it, but Moist Boy Express and the Pepsi fan with the unshaven wings face. I'm getting wings on this podcast. I genuinely like wings. I do. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he has the personality type to be built for doing live streaming as a living. He knows that. He admits it himself. I'm not even talking shit about him. But I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't. I think he was actually really easy to have a podcast with. It was like effortless to talk to him. You know, I don't think he's a bad dude. If people are mad at me for saying that, sorry. You know, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to like just hate on somebody. Just like I defended Boogie. I think Boogie's a nice guy. I think he has issues, but I have fucking issues too, dude. You know? Earth's magnetic field is weakening. Oh, that's good. Missing data and spikes in gamma radiation in EPA, RadNet data for high latitude New York and Ohio, recent X flares and spikes in EPM data for the ACE. What does that mean, though? I'm not just saying that, so like, I mean, like, what can that do? The Review Tech USA channel is now only used for clickbait videos. That's 100% correct, actually. Wings has become more self-aware, and I respect that. Yeah. And, you know, dude, no one... I think I'll lump myself in with him in terms of... I mean, he still, you know, doesn't handle it. He still feeds the trolls. But this was like I remember when I first started doing this, like, there was no playbook on how to handle shit. Like, in real life, if someone came up to you and said, you're a fat piece of shit out of nowhere, and, like, jumped in your face and did that, they would get their teeth knocked down their throat. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I'm not. But I'm saying, like, no one would do that. You know what I mean? That's, like... But the internet's, like, a different... There's a different playbook. And I didn't learn that until literally 2018. That it just... You can't... You have to, like, relearn a way to socialize on the internet. Isn't that fucking weird? Like, the rules that apply in real life don't apply on the internet. Wings defends Phil because Wings has enough self-awareness to recognize her. Phil doesn't do the same because he's not self-aware at all. I've said that for that. And I don't hate Phil either. I genuinely don't. I still have to email him. People were asking. I think people thought he was lying. Phil's not lying. I have not emailed Phil yet. He's telling the truth. I've not emailed him. He's not trying to blow me off. He's not dodging me. He's doing nothing wrong. I'm just a dumbass who hasn't emailed him yet. So if people ask him in the streams and are thinking, oh, he's just trying to, he's not. No, he's not dodging me. I just haven't emailed him yet. Probably, from what I've seen, Julian Lewis, there's already a patent for it. So probably. It's funny, people are, Rich, you made 3 videos on the Switch Pro today. I'm like, yes. Or Switch OLED, excuse me. What a fucking stupid name. I'm like, yeah, it's something I've been talking about for almost the past fucking 5 years. And it's something finally is released that yeah, I'm going to talk about. I mean, I have a video on Intel tomorrow, I believe. I have a video on like 3 totally different topics tomorrow. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff to talk about today. Do my Steve Ballmer impression. Oh, man, you're developers. Yeah. See, to do that's why I couldn't. To do a Alex Jones, like, reaction stream, I have a whole playlist. It's going to happen. Beal, it's going to happen. Whoever Will is asking, it's definitely going to happen. I have the whole fucking playlist ready. I would need to be at that level from the first hour to, like, the 3rd hour. And I just can't. I can't do it. And I wouldn't be doing it justice because I know I wouldn't be on my A game. I would make 7 videos. And I'm just like, they're 3 and the thing is, I tried the couple times, I believe. I tried the multiple topics in one video. Now, look, in my defense, maybe if I did it again and did better transitions, because I think my transitions, they did suck. I just would do the skip-it-a-bop and then go into the, like, but there's something weird, like I even noticed on other channels too, like people like just clicking on the one topic and seeing it. Maybe now with the whole time code thing that YouTube allows, where you can literally have the time code in the description and click, maybe they would like, maybe I should try it again with that, but nah, this ain't broken. I've adopted and evolved plenty with my fucking channel. I don't see the need. Yeah, I'm going to email DSP. But for anyone asking and thinking that he's lying, he's not lying. There's no reason to give him crap. It's going to happen. Richie, it's going to happen. Oh, Ralph. Ralph. Can you be a mod? I got to hold off on mods. I have a good amount of mods. A lot of people were saying to me, Rich, you've modded so many people. And I'm like, yeah, I know the people that everyone that I modded here, I knew was a good mod on my previous channel. And I like having a lot of mods because say I want to stream it 11 o'clock at night one day, and then the next day I want to stream at 2 in the afternoon. I know I'll have at least some mods there. I hope anyway. I have enough. That if someone does something stupid or spams or puts up an address or, something crazy. So, but don't worry. I have a whole playlist of videos. I was up one night till the wee hours of the morning looking for stuff on Alex Jones. I got plenty. I just fucking can't tonight. I can't. Because I want it to be a longer stream, and I can't do that tonight. Because I got to be up early tomorrow. I want it to be where I have the energy. I've heard so much about TYT and Jimmy Dore. I've heard so much. It's so convoluted and complicated. And honestly, everyone's so fucking polarized. I don't even want to go near it. I don't like I don't even understand. To really give a solid take, I would need to be a fly in the wall. And I do think that both sides are acting like fucking high school children by dragging other people that they're associated with, like Kyle Kalinske. Like, what side are you on? How about I'm not on a fucking side and you're grown-ass people and you can handle it yourself? Just a thought. Robert Hansen, thank you for becoming a member. Also, you should make a there is a Discord for RTU. I got to start pushing it here. Ralph was actually, I know you're joking, but Ralph was actually 2006. Was man, 2006 was fucking 15 years ago. When I was being stalked by Ralph, if a child was born, they could probably start getting their permit. That year. That's so fucking weird, man. Like kids that were Dorn. What the fuck is I can't even talk tonight. Kids that were fucking born when I graduated high school, which was in 1999, are now literally full-fledged adults. Like they could buy alcohol now. Life is weird. What's stopping Nintendo from making a 4K dock and selling it separately? The CPU cores. Why would you... I mean, unless they could really do something with console optimization, there's that NVIDIA Tegra X1 is a quad-core SoC on the CPU side, ARM cores, and one of the cores is blocked off from developers because it's used for background tasks by the operating system. So you have a 2015 ARM processor with one of the cores gimped for the devs. Like, that's like hooking up a RTX 3090 to a... I'm being a... No. That's like hooking up a fucking RTX 3090 to a Pentium 3. I'm exaggerating to a degree, but probably not by that much. Obviously, you know, ARM cores are going to be... It's a much more modern processor, but you get my point. It would definitely be a bottleneck that would just be kind of silly. You know, so, okay, so you have, like, say they put something that's, like, equivalent to, I don't know what they would... It's like a 2060 in the dock. Those cores are going to totally hold that back, unless there's some wizardry that the developers could pull off with console optimization. I highly doubt it, but that would be like something you'd have to talk to MVG about. But I'm pretty sure the bottleneck would just be too extreme. Saw myself in the mirror, and now I'm officially kicking myself in the gym for the first time. I've been lazy for years, and it's gone way too... There's a lot of people I know like that, man. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's good that you're going and good that you're making a change. A lot of people just don't do it. Do you remember that Ouya came out? You would go nuts over... Yeah, because I didn't understand shit yet. Like, the number of cores, like, the previous generation consoles had 8-core processors. These consoles have 8-core processors. You would, if you don't understand it, it's like, oh, they both have 8-core processors. What's the difference between the PS4, PS5, and Xbox One and Xbox Series X? I'm like, first off, they're multi-threaded. They're 8-core, 16 threads. And secondly, the architecture is way more modern. The per-core performance is leaps and bounds over the per-core performance of the Jaguar cores in the previous generation. You know, yeah, I was an idiot. Oh, it has more cores than the Xbox 360. Who the fuck cares? It was a garbage SO. That was, what was that? The Tegra 3, I think it was based on. That chip was it was known to be garbage. So with the few blunders Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo has found themselves in, you know, with the recent cool Switch Pro, who would say has a long road ahead of them, recovery, fix things. I actually think the Switch OLED's going to be a success. Doesn't mean that I still think it's a weird, disappointing product, but it's going to be a success. Nintendo exposed using forced labor. I have that story. Secondly, a new cheat engine is detected by AC. That'll be harder to detect for developers. By the way, how are you, man? I'm good. Yeah, it's like a machine They made a machine learning like cheat system for all. That shit could ruin fucking gaming. Why play video games to cheat? Why? What the fuck is the point? Like, I could see if it was like back in like the Game Genie days and you just want to like fuck around and play with levels, but like if I'm going, like, it's not that I'm competitive, but if I'm going to play Team Deathmatch, even though I suck at it, at least I want to suck or not suck on my own merit. And you always get, like, if they're trying to do it to be like to this game professionally, esports, they're gonna get caught. They always do. I don't know, man. It just makes no fucking sense to me. Like, what the hell is the point of playing video games if you're just gonna fucking cheat your way? It's just do something else more fruitful with your time. I mean, how many times you see like a professional COD player on Twitch and shit get caught using cheats? So I saw that Solid Crusader. What you think of Nintendo OLED new audio update? What did they say about the audio update? I didn't hear anything about the audio. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, and it's like, all right, it's cool that it has OLED, but is it really going to make that much of a difference? It's not like it's going to do like HDR10 or some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Can you do a deep dive on stream into what I was talking about when you have the chance in the next few days? I am by no means, but we might be in trouble as a species. I can provide you with info. Okay. I mean, I could look in. I don't know if I'll make a video, but I'll look into it. No. They can't build DLSS into the dock for upscaling. That chip is the X1 is too old, man. Looking back over the past few months, would you say the leaks of the Switch Pro were actually correct? Now, there's a chance, like I did that video today, that may have been Nintendo's original intention with the Switch OLED. Because like that article put 2 and 2 together, OLED screens, especially that, I guess the one they're using for the Switch OLED, that name is so fucking weird. They're pretty plentiful to get. So maybe, and what they were kind of saying is that they think that this was meant to be the Switch Pro, but Nintendo's like, yeah, with the semiconductor crisis right now, this is not happening, Chief. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just like, no. So let's just give them man, Nintendo got balls too, because they're charging more money for a 720p OLED panel. Like, shit, man, there were some phones in like 2011 that had a 720p OLED panel. You know? Looking back, would you? So yeah, the OCOM. There's a chance that was their intention with it, but they were like, yeah, that's a. We're not going to be able to actually produce the fucking thing. The new Tegra is a 1080p powerhouse. The one in production, one is the same as the old Shield. To be honest, should have sold console and dock separate. What is the new Tegra? I haven't even looked into what the name is yet. Rich, debate me live so I can destroy the ponies. No, Wyatt, because a lot of times when you watch my stream, you're drinking. Why did Sony and Microsoft use Jaguar processors for the PS4 despite being... Probably because they were lower power back then, and what... I guess when they were engineering the consoles, they were like, okay, the per-core performance sucks, but we have 7 cores for the developers to work with, so I guess they could just utilize more cores. Sound louder, but not sure about it sounding better. Okay. Or what do you want on the Switch? People who cheat in COD or any game are usually just looking to upset other people. Can I get a spread your cheeks? Of course you can get a spread your cheeks, man.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
But they're like those, like there were actually Twitch partners that got caught. Call of Duty Twitch partners that got caught using like bots that could show like people through walls and shit like that. I'm like, fucking seriously, dude. Like, and what bothers me is, even as a person who sometimes wants to play just for the, you know, just casually just play like team deathmatch, like how, if I know there's assholes out there not doing that, I'm not saying I would blame it every time I suck, but you know it's happening. I'm sure that I've encountered it without even realizing it. So how am I going to compete against some fucking loser who's sitting there using some bot? You know, it's just fucking ridiculous, man. I get that you hate giving us attention. Well, you've been cool, man, so I have no... But would you be interested in doing a debate with... No, because all it would do is, first off, it would just go round in circles, and secondly, it would give... That's feeding the trolls. You're a different case because, you know, you've been cool and you come to the streams and I enjoy talking to you, but to sit there and, like, go over the rehashed stuff that's been rehashed a billion times, it would... Like, you've definitely changed... And because you see that I've definitely changed, but there's a lot of other people that I know are like just like licking their lips, just waiting for me to go back to the old ways, you know. And I'm not gonna do it. You think the Switch dock works with the olds? You think the new dock works with the old Switch? Maybe. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure the width of, unless they've changed the dimensions in terms of depth of the Switch OLED, I don't know. I'm sure that's all going to be tried out when it comes out, or even like a month before. I'm sure they're going to get review units or something. Solid Crusader. The tool seems to use a visual feed provided by a capture card, ones like Elgato, which is then analyzed using machine learning to determine targets, and it's targeting PS5 and Xbox. Wow. That's story worthy, man. That shit could ruin fucking gaming. It's like actually serious. Because if they have these powerful machine learning cheats that are evasive and next to impossible to detect, I'm sure, I'm hoping that like developers will figure out how to, you know, detect if that's being used, but Jesus Christ. And no matter what, and even when they figure that out, then they'll move on to something else. Like, that could literally ruin gaming. Like, I could literally title the video, "This cheat could ruin gaming," and it would not be clickbait at all. At least in my opinion. Is it normal to be nervous at a new job? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. You know, you're learning the ways too, man. And then, I don't know if you work with it. You'll just... be friendly, but keep to yourself, too. Especially in the beginning, because you want to learn who... There's always going to be terrible people at every place you go to in life in general. So you want to learn who you could be friendly with, and you want to learn who are the snakes in the grass. Every fucking job has them. That's not me being cynical, or... You always meet that asshat at a job, and so just wait and find out what people are really about. But even then, and other rules like EV2, don't ever date anyone where you work. It's a real fucking bad mistake. Kerbus, thank you for becoming a new member. Basically the saying is don't shit where you eat. Or don't nut where you eat. Whichever one you want. Don't nut where you eat. We'll go with that. How many members do I have? I should look. I was nervous to beat off in the manager's office. Now, obviously, that's not really Shigeru Miyamoto. No shit. But I'm envisioning that being Shigeru Miyamoto right now. And he's at Nintendo, and he's looking around. He's like, all right, man, I've been here for like 11 hours today. I ain't getting home tonight. You know what? I'm going in the bathroom, and I'm going to stroke my mushroom. Dun 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 dun. Thrust. Dun 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 dun. I'm in the bathroom masturbating right now. Dun dun dun. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Eric. I'm 37 now. Wow, I'm an old fart. Well, dude, I'm about to be 40, bro. I got 3 years on you. He's stroking his toad. Whoa! What is wrong with this thing? Is really off tonight, man. I did 6 years at McDonald's, and even at a place like that, I had friendly coworkers. Some days they were the only thing. Yeah, dude, I had jobs like Circuit City Express, and I worked at Outback for a very long time. Towards the end, I didn't like it, but honestly, I was an idiot. That job, was all on me. That I kind of quit there, but kind of got fired. Basically, what happened was there was a huge there was so much snow outside that it literally like I would have to like push them. Like I can't even get outside to even fucking shovel my car out, let alone like, no, I'm calling into work. And I remember there was this guy, nice guy. There was a guy named John there. And he was the assistant manager. And I remember he's like, hey, and I actually liked my manager there too, who he ended up, I was like, no, I'm quitting. He's like, no, I'm firing you. I'm like, nah, no, I'm not coming into work today because I can't even get out to my car. I'm quitting. No, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, you're firing me. Fine. But I remember the guy John got on the phone and he was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you here? I'm like, I just called and said that I can't even open my fucking door to my house. Like, how am I gonna go? But I already was like, I didn't like the job because they put me in a position that I thought I was gonna like, which I asked for, but I didn't like. I couldn't go back to my old position. They did. I'm like, so I really don't give a fuck about this job anymore, which was stupid. I would never do that now. Yeah, but I remember that though. So it was like a hybrid of being fired and quitting at the same time. He was like, no, you're fired. I'm like, no, I'm quitting, which you then said I was fired. So isn't that me quitting? Okay. I did 6 years at McDonald's. Even a place like that at Friendly some days were the only my point being, I already read your super chat. Point being is that there were times where I literally looked forward, like that was the highlight of my day, was going into work. It's weird. You will find it. Hopefully all of you find a job that's like that. Like my job right now is like that, but I work from home, so I'm home. But there were times, man, where like school sucked or other stuff, and it got me away, and I knew there were people there that were cool that I wanted to work with. And same with Circuit City Express, like almost every day. I think there was only like a handful of days, like 3 or 4, where it was shitty. That job was great, man. Do you think we'll get a Ghost of Tsushima PC port? I would say probably. I have no insider information on that, so I'm just totally speculating and pulling that out of my ass, and we may never get it, but I think so. Why not? Well, I work on the... Yeah, well, okay. I'm broadcasting from home, but that's a good... Who said that? Ethan Riley. But it is a good point, though. Like, that's what I always, like, scratch my head when parents just, like, let their kids go on the internet unmonitored. Because it's like, yeah, okay, they're home, but they're, like, really not home. It's kind of like the equivalent of them being in, like, New York City at night in a pretty bad area. Like, sure, they're in their room, but they could be talking to fucking anybody. You know what I mean? So, those two jobs, actually, because it is true that a job, even if you make good money, if it sucks and you'll be miserable. But those jobs for my age and at the time, I was actually making, like, as a server, working at Outback was a pretty popular place, so I did good there. And Circuit City Express. In the end, it started to suck because Best Buy came in and it, like, totally made... Because Circuit City Express was a cut-down Circuit City. So it just had less of what Circuit City had. So if in the same mall you have a Best Buy, which they were direct competition for Circuit City, and they offered everything that a full-fat Circuit City had, why the fuck would you even come into the Circuit City Express, knowing that it's just going to have less of what this store already has? So it closed down. And then they brought me over to the stupid fucking main store, and that was awful. And I remember the guy who was the store manager there. Like, the first day I went in, I guess, because I just took a shirt out of a bag. I thought I had a clean shirt, but I did. My shirt that I thought it was clean wasn't clean. So I had a shirt that I took out of a bag. And at this time, they just had you wear like a like a shirt you'd put a tie on, but with no tie and the top button unbuttoned. It was a button down. So I went to go buy one. I'm like, fuck, I need a shirt. I thought I had one. So I went to go buy one. And I guess it still had like the creases in it from being in the bag. And the fucking dick of a manager. I was actually early that day too. I remember that. The fucking dick of a manager, who have a story about him too. He like just doesn't even say hello to me or anything. He just looks at me and goes, keep in mind I was early, and just goes and looks at another guy and goes, like with this look of seething rage, like I just whipped out my dick and went, hi honey. Like, what do you like, did I flash you with a trench coat? So he was all pissed off, I guess, because I had creases in my shirt. That guy, though, he ended up being a fucking peach. What I found out was he ended up getting fired from Circuit City. I actually ended up that place. I quit there and went back to working at Filene's, which I had that job initially in high school because I just hated the big store so much. He ended up getting fired because he got arrested because he like slammed some. I don't know if he like hit him with a weight or he was at a gym. Someone pissed him off at a gym. This guy must have been a fucking juice head or something on roids, but he ended up like slamming some guy's head into a fucking wall. The Circuit City manager at a gym. So he got fired. Quality human being. I'm going to stream games here. I'm going to stream. That's going to be like, I could do it. I could stream whatever the fuck I want to here. It's not on my main channel. I could stream whatever I feel like. If I want to stream all day, I can. If I want to stream multiple times a day, stop streaming, stream again, I can. That's it. That's the nice thing. Now, on my other channel, because I'm already seeing my channel turn around, and it's been like 5 days. I would stream with fans. I would pick them out, but yeah, I would stream with fans. That's the beauty of this. I don't have to worry about it fucking me in the algorithm. I don't have to worry about, like, I could do whatever the fuck I want to when it comes to live streaming. And obviously following TOS that I want to on this channel. You know, and like I said, I'm already seeing my numbers turn around. I'm not gonna rebuild all the subs I've lost over the past month and a half, but in overnight, unless, well, depending, but most cases you won't. But that's the thing. You know, I could stream here as much as I want to. It's not going to affect Review Tech USA. I mean, and I have 7. It's kind of, my numbers have not been that much different here than they've been on the main channel. So I was really just essentially damaging my main channel for zero fucking reason. You know, and I know I've done this before. Someone asked me, like, again, on for the people who don't know, people were asking on Twitter, didn't you do this before? I'm like, yeah, but I would go like where I would stream for a couple weeks, then stop for like 6 months, then stream again, then stop, then stream again. So I was like, all right, so I don't stream all the time. I'll just stream on the main channel. But now that I stream essentially every day, I know I skip occasionally. I can't. It hurt my channel. Facts. It's just how it is. Just how YouTube works. I'm sure one day they'll fix it and change it, but right now it's not changed. I build transmission towers and substations. I tolerate the crappiness for $15 instead of so. I can't stand Missouri or my parents not having nice stuff. That actually sounds like an interesting gig. I thought it would pay more. I mean, you could, depending on where you live, you can live on $15 an hour. In Missouri, I'm sure, like, do you live on your own or you live with your family? But like, it's crazy how you could make, like, there were people I know that were like assistant managers in Buffalo. I remember I used to sell mortgages for like a month because that was a bad job. Like, and I had a lot of shit jobs. And like this guy, I mean, this is during the subprime mortgage bubble, so you could if you had a pulse and $1 in your pocket, they would give you a loan for like $400,000. But back then you could like be an assistant manager at Walmart and be making enough to have like a big house or a decent house in Buffalo, because no one wants to live in Buffalo. Hey Rich, long time. Yeah, Tim the Nerd. Long time no see. COVID seems to be over in my state. I'm able to give super chats again on occasion. Be well, my friend. Good streams. That's awesome to hear, dude. It's not really over anywhere, but even with the Delta variant going around, at least there's more people vaccinated. There should be even fucking more, but let's not go into that tonight, because that'll just even thinking about even getting into that debate is exhausting me. Can trolls be a necessary evil in some cases? That's a very good 4D chess question. I'm sure, like, there have been some genuinely bad people that have been outed by trolls. I don't know anybody specific, and so I guess you could say I'm speculating. It definitely... Here's a positive. If you want to look at it, the silver lining with me, with how hard I used to get trolled because I fed the trolls, it definitely built my character and taught me life lessons that I could even use outside of YouTube on how to handle situations. I mean, obviously, I'm a human. I make mistakes, and I'm a large Italian with a temper. But, yeah, I've learned a lot about life from learning from mistakes on YouTube. You know, so yeah, I get that's actually that's not even a stretch. That's true. They definitely, if you learn to not feed the trolls and you learn to realize that it's just frivolous BS they're spewing at you, that, you know, they're not. Raven Ross, thank you very much for becoming a member. That you like I always say to you, a troll's not looking for justice. A troll's just looking for you to lose their mind. And if you do learn from that and you don't just fall into the bait all the time, yeah, I guess you could say they are a necessary evil. Yeah, that was a really fucking good question. Yeah, you still gotta be. I mean, I don't wear a mask anymore. I'm vaccinated. You guys know I was never anti-mask. I don't have to anymore because I'm vaccinated. But, you know, would I go to a concert right now? No. Will I go do normal errands without a mask? Yes. Which I wouldn't do before a vaccine, before I was vaccinated. But, you know, you wouldn't see me chest bumping in a mosh pit anytime soon, or ever. I never have and never will, but especially now, your nipple may have COVID on it. I don't want to brush up against your nipple. Sorry. Day by day, indie game dev. By night, custodian. I watch your videos till past the 10-hour. Dude, I've done, respect, man. I've done the double job thing. I remember I was on break from college. Thank you for doing YouTube. I appreciate it, man. And I've done the hustle, so I respect your hustle too. And I was on break. I worked 2 jobs Christmas break, and it sucked. Your life was work and nothing else. That's why I give crazy respect to people that do that. If that's the hustle that they want / have to do, bro, I've been there. I feel for the people, you know, as someone who knows what it's like to have nothing but lint in your pocket. I've been there. Who are working 2 jobs just to literally keep a roof over their heads and their kids' heads. That's tough, man, and it sucks. It has to be that way. You know. But you know, I don't want to go into if we should increase them, because again, you go down another political rabbit hole, and then I'll be more exhausted than I already am. I'm going to a movie for the first time, and yeah, like doing, like I've gone out to dinner, or doing shit like that, you know. Being like I've gone on a date, like in person, you know, instead of just like talking. Does Wings feed trolls on purpose? I think he kind of pretty much admitted that on my podcast review, China. He said, like, yeah, I get like, what do you say, like 13,000? He did the math or something like that from like troll donations. It's a lot of money. That could be like your mortgage every year. I mean, not after tax. I mean, obviously you could give your chunk to Uncle Sam, but Sailman, I missed your, how the hell am I missing super chats here? I thought my eyes were trying to go back. Do you remember how horrible the Master Chief Collection's launch was in 20? Yeah, that was a rush job initially by Microsoft because they wanted to have a must-have piece of software for the Xbox One, but they did fix it. They did turn it around. And a lot of times companies do turn a game around, but the game loses respect. Halo Master Chief Collection, they regain the respect of the community, which is interesting. He admitted on my podcast, you know, so it's not like he's reviewed China. He doesn't hide that. I think he's pretty self-aware in some ways now, Wings. I'm not saying always, but he's pretty self-aware compared to what he used to be. Just read a crowdfund for up-spec gaming Xbox Series portable monitor was funded. In 20 minutes. Series S or X? If it's S. All I'll say is interesting that you say that, Marvelous Geek. I got interesting videos coming. I think I have to for the company. I'm not sponsored. It's not a sponsorship. Even though I'm doing a giveaway with them, it's not a sponsorship. I got interesting products that kind of go along. I'll fucking tell you here because it's not even the main channel. Basically, it turns your Series X and PlayStation 5 into like a portable gaming PC with a monitor on it. It's a 4K. The only thing I'm going to say is, like, why is it 60? Why didn't they make it 120? Dude, now, obviously, the price would go up, but my Alienware PC has a fucking 300 hertz monitor in it, you know? Like, a 120 hertz monitor probably wouldn't have, having that refresh rate in there wouldn't have upped the cost that much. That's the only thing, but it's pretty fucking cool, though. And if it looks good, I'm definitely going to, I can't wait to try that. But with my children here this week, yeah, it's going to be tough. A lot of things I want to do. I said I was going to do high production value videos this week. With 3 babies running around, I don't think that's going to happen. What do you think of the Windows 11 fiasco? Google Fish has told me a lot about it, in between him sending me pictures of men's asses. I wish I was kidding. Like, I would probably be more concerned if there was a day that went by that on Facebook Messenger, Google Fish was not sending me a picture of a hairy man's ass. Google Fish has been talking a lot about that, though. I got to look more into it. Especially as a person who is on my streaming rig that I use every single day to talk to you guys is actually a first-gen Ryzen Threadripper. Obviously, they're going to support Windows 10 to 2025, but I have concerns. So it's not like I have to upgrade, but nah, I don't want to have my... I don't want to have my kids in my videos. They're 4, 3, and 2. Nah. Maybe if they're older and they choose it, but not now. I mean, like, one time I had, like, she was out cold on me, but I had my daughter in here when she was over. And she was sleeping. But I don't know. No, I feel weird about having my kids in there, especially after that fucking asshole who was like a quartering wannabe, but no one watched him. Like, was saying shit that, oh, look, he has a kid and he likes Vosh. Like, he was trying to insinuate. I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious, man? I lost it on. He's like a YouTuber who actually had a following for a while, but then he like became like, he can't even get like 3,000 views a video now. He actually has like 400,000 subs. He's a piece of shit. I was hesitant, but I was like, maybe I'll have my son in a video. Then when he acted like that, I'm like, nah, fuck, no way. If there's assholes lurking, like, I already know there's assholes lurking, but if he's gonna like insinuate like, oh, he likes Vosh and he has a kid, like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? Fuck you. If you could live in one video game universe, which would it be and why? I guess I would have to say like a Grand Theft Auto game because it's like a real live living city. Yeah, pretty short and sweet answer, but that's the truth. What is your opinion on Starfield? I have no opinion. From what I hear, it's going to be like Skyrim in space. Big Cheese blocked me. I'm going to keep it real with you, understandably. You seem to be more cool with me than he is. Do you know why he hates? Well, dude, the group that you were a part of, they were relentless on both of us. And it always kind of confused me with him because I'm like, you know, in theory, you guys were mad at me because I didn't hold up to my end of the business deal back then, which, again, mostly it was that we both should have kept that private behind the scenes. But, like, why are you going after Big Cheese? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, that was so I kind of understand his anger. Just saying. I mean, you like that I keep it real, I'm going to keep it real. You know, it, like, on Twitter, I'll admit that I'll never do like I'll never pull an Adam Sessler where I have like a preemptive. I don't know. I think he may have done this actually. I don't want to say he had it. I don't like putting words in people's mouths, but I think there's a lot of people on Twitter, from what I heard, that have like preemptive block lists, which I think is stupid. Because if you're getting here's a block list of people that may bother you on Twitter, like, how do you know, like, if the other person who gave you the block list is right about the people that are on the list, or maybe you may like them? Like, why? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff, but, like, on Twitter, like, there was just someone the other day, like, I was going back and forth with, like, the Amico people, and this person wouldn't shut up, like, you're feeding the trolls. I'm like, these aren't trolls. These are like people that either represent Amico or like whatever, like, or like I quote tweeted Tommy Tellerico and he got pissed off at me. Like, these aren't trolls. And they just kept, every comment I had, this spam, 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 spam. You're acting like this. I'm like, all right, dude. All right. You said it 600 times. Blocked now. Like, you're just being annoying. When someone replies to every single tweet that I do with either, like, they're bothering people that are followers of mine or they're just repeating the same shit, you're going to annoy me and I'll block you at that point. But generally, like, even in my streams, you really either need to spam, put up an address, or say you're going to hurt somebody. That's it. Those are the only reasons I'll block you. But Twitter, I don't know why. Look, when people grate me on, and it's not even that, like, and most of the time I don't even like blocking still, though. I'll mute. Like, if you're really annoying, I'll generally mute you first. If you really piss me off and are, like, super spammy, then, yeah, I'll block you. Like, copy and pasting the same, like, oh, you're sounding just like Boogie right now, and literally copy and pasting the same thing every single time I tweet. Like, even if I was like, hey, wonderful weather today, you're just like Boogie right now. Yeah, you're blocked. I didn't say anything about the weather, by the way. I think this will go for no matter what your gender is or sexual preferences. If you're on a date and you start talking about the weather, yeah, it generally mostly means at that point that the date that you're on is probably a failure. Unless, like, you know, maybe you're hearing thunder outside, that's different. But if you're, like, sitting there and you're, like, strumming through your salad, it's like, oh, wonderful weather we're having today. Yeah, it's over. It's just, I think that's almost kind of a fact. Maybe? You know, I think you could always kind of tell when a date's going shitty, though. Even if you're like, you could also tell too, it's weird, like I've had dates, they weren't horror stories, that's why I didn't include them, but like where you're having a good conversation, but you could tell that there's like no attraction there, whether it be they're not attracted to you. Shockingly, some people aren't attracted to me. I know that's hard to believe, but man, this is really open tonight. but you could have a good conversation, but you know that no, there's nothing physical there. I've had that happen too. I've even had that happen where I wasn't attracted to the woman. And I'm like, oh, it sucks, man. You're really cool to talk to, but I don't think you could give me a boner. Like, I'm just keeping it real. I see that cockroach is, I know I got to put I don't know why the Nightbot's not working for this. I'm going to figure that out tomorrow. So MS is still supporting experience for government. What is? I think I heard a little bit about that, like literally a title of an article. But what's going on? So I see the government wants to go door to door preaching vaccine. That's going to be fun to watch. Well, what was? I mean, I'm pro-vaccine, by the way. I got the vaccine. But I heard someone on CNN today, and I rolled my eyes. They were saying, "Oh, maybe if we have an expert on right now, and this expert, hey, expert, if it's no longer emergency use for these vaccines and they're officially accepted by the FDA, do you think more people will want to get it?" I'm like, no, are you fucking not detached? They've already made up their mind, man. Doesn't matter emergency use or actually approved, they're still not going to get it. Rich, so the reason first-gen Threadripper won't win Windows 11 is because it lacks the security features that Zen 3 and 8th to 9th gen Intel. So literally even Zen 2? Do YouTubers conflate trolls with critics sometimes? Oh, yeah. All the fucking time. All the time. I see it. Like, it's a almost daily occurrence. And it's just, I know, I mean, obviously there's the black and white stuff like, hey, Rich, you're a fat, ugly shit. Okay, great. That's obviously trolling. But there's a great, like, you have to learn it's nuanced. Like, eventually, like, if a lot of people are saying, hey, Bob, or hey, Rich, or whoever, me, like, your videos are boring and you need to change it. If you have, like, 1,000 comments saying that, it's probably not trolling, and you should listen. You know, like when I saw a lot of people were saying, "Oh, these stupid chicken jokes" in every single intro, I was like, "Yeah, okay, we're gonna stop." I mean, I'm not gonna stop with the jokes. I think I worded my initial where I said I'm gonna stop with the intros. I made it too broad. I was gonna stop with like the cucumber intros and the horse intros because it got one dimensional, and people kept saying it. My point being is like, I could have been an idiot and been like, "Oh, they're just trolling me. They're just haters." Like, no, they're probably just sick of seeing the same fucking thing or the same shtick in every single intro. And there's a lot of people that because, you know, they just take every criticism as trolling, and it's not. Sometimes people are like imagine if you were a server at a restaurant and every time someone said, "You know what, my steak's a little undercooked." "Oh, you're just trolling. You're just a hater." Like, no, their steak is actually undercooked, and if you don't fucking fix it, they're probably never going to be a customer again. You know? Like, no, they're you guys are technically, in a way, I guess you could say, my customers. And if you don't like something about the product, yeah. Now, are there people just complain for the sake of complaining, or they are trolls? Yes, of course. But when a lot of people you got to listen. You know, and a lot of people don't know when, like, imagine, like, or at your job, like, if your manager goes to, you know, you need to, like, say you're working at a clothing store, like, you need to fold those shirts a little better. They were a little sloppy. "Oh, you're just a hater." No, they're giving you criticism because you did something wrong. You know? Brewy, the shtick was getting a bit tired. Yeah, a lot of people were saying it, so I listened. It wasn't people being detractors or being trolls. They were saying, "Hey, Rich, this is getting boring. Can we move on and find something other?" I worded it wrong, though, when I announced on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop with the intros. What I wanted to say is I'm going to stop. I always have stupid intros. I've always had them since ever. I mean, there'd be days where I didn't have them because maybe I just wasn't feeling funny or whatever. But I've always had stupid intros. But, yeah, I knew the chicken and the cucumber shit and the horse shit needed to stop for a while. It was getting stupid. And people were complaining and let me know. That's where people who become, I'll have to use the term because influencers, I guess is the right one, or creators. I don't even know if I like creators, but whatever. They don't, that's where they fall apart a lot of times, because they take criticism that's valid, that's not someone trolling, that's not someone just being a dick. They take it as someone just trolling. And they don't listen, they get detached. And that's why a lot of people don't adapt either. Like, they're like, oh, remember that YouTuber that had like 1 million subs back in 2011 and they're still making videos now, and they went from getting 2 million views a video now to getting 3,000, and they're still doing the same thing. Probably because they think that anyone criticizing them and telling them they should change and their format's getting old was like, oh, they're just haters. I have 1 million subs and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Nope. Now that's why you're getting 3,000, because everyone left because you didn't listen to them when they said they were fucking bored. I think that's another reason why. I mean, I'm not saying, there's people who have been way more successful than me on this platform for just as long. Perfect example is the Angry Video Game Nerd. But I think that's another thing that a lot of people don't get. And that's why a lot of people don't last, because they never listen. They just think that anytime someone's negative, they're just... Isn't that what happened to Gabby Hanna? That's what happens a lot of times. Like, people will build up a following, and then they're following because they think that everything's trolling, or they don't know. There's a lot of people I know in real life that have nothing to do with the internet that can't handle fucking criticism. Like, and I think to these people that, like, and they're usually pretty egotistical people too. It's kind of like how that goes hand in hand. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you can't even handle healthy criticism, like, face to face in real life. If you were ever on the internet, you would have a fucking nervous breakdown. But yeah, a lot of people, like, that's why I think a lot of channels implode. And they don't adapt, is because they think anyone telling them anything negative is trolling. And that's why some channels survive. I don't know if you would consider me a surviving channel. I have my growth spurts, and then my channel plateaus and sometimes contracts and then has a growth spurt, but people are still watching me, so I must be doing something right, that are watching me enough that I can make a living off of it. And I think part of the reason is I listen to when people say that something is sucking. Something is sucking. You know what I mean, though. And that's, I think that if there's another piece, people always ask me, Rich, what's a piece of advice you give me if I want to try to do YouTube? Listen. No, I mean, obviously, like I said, too, it gets complex, and sometimes you gotta know the difference between trolling and when it's constructive criticism. But listen, if you have a portion of your audience that is saying the same thing, maybe it's time to make a change. Worried with Tom and the Amico. Feel Patney and were like, told you so on their latest vid. Wonder if it's a sub to others who still have open minds on it. Haven't seen Pat Ian's newest video. And you were talking about Tommy Tellerico and the Amico. Tommy Tellerico and the Amico. Tommy Tellerico and the Amico. I mean, I just don't see how they can make more compelling software between now and when that console's launched that can make it be like, gee golly, this is a must-have. I just don't see it. You know, and I know Tommy watches my shit. Show McCarthy said something interesting I'll get back to. Honestly, and I can only speak from my taste, you're pretty much just yourself. That's appealing. It's worked. Even when you've tried different things out and never felt like you were posing. Yeah, I'm not... I think that's something, too, where people find a shtick and they're not genuine. People just like the shtick. But here, that's the problem is it's kind of like me just having chicken comedy intros like I was doing with with that porcelain bird. If you're only... That one thing is the only thing that's appealing, once that gets tired, and if that's the only thing the person has, people are going to move on. You know, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm over what you're doing. If that's all you have to offer, you know, let's keep, like, if you look at what's his name, the top 10 guy, really shiny teeth, Matthew Santoro. He had just had a video up. He took it down, which I kind of think that was a good idea, because complaining to your subs about your viewership in terms of like begging them to watch. I mean, I've talked about like issues like that's why now I have a secondary YouTube channel to stream, but like begging people to watch is just not a good look. I would never be like, please watch my videos. I would never make a dedicated video begging people to watch, because you know what it's going to do anyway? It's going to make them do the exact opposite. But, and I'll say it again, Tommy, if you end up watching this, I'm not talking about the kind of games. I know the games for your console are not what's going to appeal to me. I get that. You like put that in a box, put that in the I understand that Tommy box. That box is right here. I get the games are not for me. Great. What I'm talking about is the production value and quality of what I've seen. There are some games for the Amico that look great, but the majority of games look like shit. They look like Flash game, poorly animated shit. That's what concerns me. It's not that the console's not powerful, even though even though I knew it was a lower end mobile chipset. Like the chipset that it actually really is, from a mid-range phone from 2016, I'm like, whoa, that's really limiting. Like that makes the Tegra X1 inside the fucking Switch look like a powerhouse. But that, like, yeah, all right, I get the games. My point being is I get the games are not for me. I get that. It's not what I'm going after it for. Who cares if the games are not for me? I'm not the target audience. I get it. But it's about the fact when I'm looking at Finnegan Fox, I'm going to keep bringing up that example because they really pushed that game. And I see the character jumping on like a leaf, and it doesn't even look like attached. Like it just looks like a game that was made in Flash for a Flash website. Like, if that's what you have to offer, I have concerns. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Ever since I started working 9 to 5, I really miss spending time on video games, watch movies, and when I come back home, I actually feel anxious that I have to go to sleep in 5 hours. Solid Crusader. Welcome to adulthood. And then have some kids in that mix. And a significant other. You think you have no time now? You ain't seen shit yet. Sorry to... Hope you feel better. Just keeping it real with you, though. So, Sean McCarthy says something interesting. I'll get to the other two super chats here. There's a lot of other weird stuff going on with Amico. Those fans who are so much excited are beyond faked, and we don't need to get into that. However, Tommy doesn't take yeah. I've talked to him about it before, too, and he's still not... Like, I get he wants to be interactive and interact with the audience, but it's not a good look, Tommy. You were supposed to be the chief executive officer of a company with a fledgling company, in television name being old aside, it's just a name now. You're the chief executive officer of a fledgling company that is in a, it's make or break. You're a new company with a new product. Name aside again, you're a new company with a new product. You act like replying to negativity on Twitter and liking tweets where people are like calling out people for being mad because they don't like the Amico. It just seems weird. It's not. Look, Tommy has had plenty of success. The man is way more successful than me at this point. So I'm not knocking his accolades. He's done plenty of amazing, incredible things in the gaming industry. But I still You know, just like it did with Satoru Iwata. I know he was a well-accomplished, brilliant man, but I still don't think his leadership skills were what Nintendo needed, especially during the Wii U era. So, Tommy, I'm saying this not to be crude, but you're not handling... You're just giving a bad... For the... outside of the diehard Amico fans, people are looking at you like, what is this guy doing? You know, I'm not going to hold back how I feel about it. I'm actually an indie VG dev by video game dev by American Dream, I guess, putting my life's work savings towards it while upkeeping an apartment. Maybe someday I can talk to you about it when it's finished. Yeah, man. Let me know when it's finished, you know. But yeah. This isn't tech. You know. Yeah. Like, the best advice I could give Tommy is, like, dude, you know, maybe I was extreme in saying he should step down. That I'll say. Maybe I was a little harsh with that. But taking a step, he could still be the chief executive officer, but take a step back, dude. You know, when there's an announcement, you want to make a video, all people in his position do that. That's fine. But the kind of bickering stuff on Twitter is not a good image for that console, man, that a lot of people are kind of like about, minus the diehard Amico tards. I guess that's we'll call them. Is that politically correct? Can I even say that? Can you say tard with anything now? I use the other word I don't say anymore. That actually has a ring to it. Amico tards. I'm the opposite, working 9 to 5 after being in the military for 8 years. Get anxiety because I feel like I should be doing a lot more than I am. You know, you'll find your place, man. Just don't settle on what you want to be. The fact that you get anxiety because you want to do more means that your head is in the right place. So don't beat yourself up. Nintendork, Amico Tard. Cucumbers are hard. Carlos hates my videos. Watch them because I say so. Thanks, Rich. Cucumbers are hard. Nah, cucumbers shouldn't be hard, dude. They're like crunch. Like hard would be like wood. Yeah, I kind of like Amico tards. It's not the actual word. It kind of rolls pretty good. Yeah, we'll call them the Amico tards. And not everyone who's excited for the console is an Amico tard either. There's some people that are just genuinely, you know, they're like, hey, I'm interested. I want to see what happens. I pre-ordered it. Maybe it could be something cool. Those aren't Amico. The Amico tards are like, you know what, man? I'm looking at this console, man. I have concerns. Why are you hating on it? Why are you hating on Tommy? Why are you attacking the fan base? Like, what? Like when, yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry. People were saying I was being a bully when there's people, saying their jaws drop hitting the floor because they're looking at Finnegan Fox. Like, how as a grown man can you say that? I'm all about platformers. I'll buy every fucking Mario platformer that comes out. I buy. Now I'm going to be 40. I'm not knocking buying platformers, but looking at Finnegan Fox when you're around my age and your jaws dropping to the floor, fine. I mean, I said it seems. I never said they did. I said it seems like they were bought. Tommy told me that no money changed hands. Cool. I mean, I kind of thought that. It just, I said it seems like there was. But that doesn't help the situation. In my opinion, at least if you're bought, at least I know why you're being fake. Like, you're my age, you see Finnegan Fox, you see your jaws dropping to the floor. So it's not. Like, you're still fake even if you're not paid. That's fine. You're not paid, but you're being fake for something else, whether being to be in Tommy's good graces because you know he's been very successful in the industry and that could push you further. That was not real. There's nothing. It's like Marco Pierre White when he was being rude to that one interview lady. I know he's a prick and can be a dick. Prick dick, prick dick, prick dick. I get that. But that seems staged. And I'm sorry, that guy, even if I'm sure no money exchanged hands, I'm sure it didn't. He was looking for some other kind of gain, whether it be attention, whether he was hoping that affiliating with the Amico would whether bring traffic to his YouTube channel, or maybe afterwards he would get some kind of lucre. I don't know. He was looking for something because that was not a genuine reaction. There's nothing you can make me to believe that. Nothing. That guy can make 75 videos defending himself. I wouldn't believe any of them. That's an Amico tard. There you go. You know, I just saw your Joy-Con video, man. What the fuck were they thinking? I would have accepted no hardware upgrades if they just fixed the team. Imagine they just have... what were they called? The Nintendo Switch Joy. They would just say, "Hey, it's the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con." Okay, cool, Nintendo. What does it do? The Joy-Cons just don't break anymore. Yay! But it's still better than like OLED screen. But the Joy-Con drift is still going to be there. I know that word wouldn't get banned. It's funny. Before I knew that word was really offensive, I used to say that in my YouTube videos all the time. I didn't think anything of it. Genuinely, I didn't. But then people were like, "Rich, you should probably stop using that word." I'm like, all right. You know, I have no problem. I don't need to have that in my vocabulary. So, but now Amico tard. I like that. Because it just works. Or a metard. I think someone said a metard, but that kind of sounds too much like the other one. If you say it quickly, people may think you're saying the other one. So let's go with Amico tard. That's safer. Like I've never seen this brewery survive. Oh no, who's messaging me? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I thought I was just reading what was going on. But what's weird with the Amico, sorry, it was something I had to just check in with for a second. I've never seen this where, especially some of the people I know that are very defensive of the Amico, if it was any other platform, they'd be very negative. And I'm not saying they're like, credit to Smash JT. He was very transparent from the beginning. He is financially invested in Intellivision, and I hope it's successful for him. So I can understand why he gets defensive when I'm critical of the Amico. But I've never seen other people where, okay, you don't have a financial investment in this company. Like, I feel like they feel because they connected maybe with Tommy Tallarico and like, wow, he's a legend in the industry, and so they have like this kind of bond there. So then they feel like you're attacking their friend. I don't know. I've just never seen, like, I'm like, wow, this product really just screams painful mediocrity to me, and everyone getting defensive about it. Like, I saw no one doing this with the Ouya. Was anyone like the Ouya's games looked like shit? The Ouya's games looked like shit. And everyone said, yeah, I was excited for this thing as first, but the games look like shit. Okay, we agree. Handshake. looks like shit, and everyone scratched their asses and went their own way. But the games look, minus, like I said, so a few of them look great, but mostly look kind of Ouya quality. That's actually a nice term too. Amico tards and Ouya quality. And I'm like, yeah, people back then would have called out those games and been like, wow, they're garbage. Are now like, what are you talking about, man? What's wrong with you? What do you want? Everyone just everything to be the same in the industry? I'm like, what? Like, it looks like Ouya fucking games. You know? It's just another version of a fanboy. They're special for every company. Yeah, but that's what I'm... So, like, this is, like, exceptional. What I'm seeing here is what I'm trying to say. Like, any other, even indie platform, like, you just want to see the small platform fail. I'm like, why would I give a fuck if an indie company blew up? Like, why? I'm not invested in Sony, Microsoft, or in television. What would I care if a new company is wildly successful? If anything, I would applaud it because it would bring more competition. Even if it's trying to hit a different market, it's showing the competition that there is another market to hit. Like, I would want to see all companies be successful. But I don't know. If for some reason with this, people feel very emotionally invested. Maybe because it is called... But even with the Calico Chameleon, no one was like that. You know what I... Like, the Calico Chameleon, like, I actually have good memories with Calico. I wasn't like, who was the guy's name? Patrick Kennedy? Or Mike? No, Mike Kennedy. Mike Kennedy. I wasn't like wanting to give Mike Kennedy a hug, and anytime someone said something negative about it, I wanted to, like, you know, why are you hating on the Calico Chameleon, man? It's a great idea. It's weird. I don't know. I just haven't seen anything. It's why I think I covered it so much, even though no one really gave a shit. It's just baffling to me. It's like a cult for something that seems, at least as of now, it could prove me wrong, and I want to be proved wrong. Prove me wrong. And I'll be honest. Wow, the Amico impressed me. But I've never seen something people so cultish and passionate about something that looks really fucking mediocre right now. I have nothing to drink. I may have to change that. Damn, So I don't know. Like, you know, my point being is there's been other indie platforms that have attempted to be successful, not hit, because the Amico is trying to kind of hit the super casual market like the Wii, but there's been other indie consoles that have tried, and no one was like snuggling with their Ouya at night. You know what I mean? No one was fighting for the Ouya like this when stuff started to look questionable for it. Yeah, but they'll defend the Amico. I don't know. All right, I have a penis full of pee. I'm also going to get something to drink, too, because I am thirsty as I have to pee. I know that's kind of strange, but when you talk a lot, that happens. And I'll be back with horses. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Much love from Arizona. You're the best, man, and keep going with positive vibes. Thank you very much. Mitch McConnell's saggy man flaps are more interesting to me than the new Switch and the Amico. Nah, I would say I'm course I'm going to get the Switch OLED. I mean, I should. I'm even I still have the Amico on pre-order, so. And I ended up getting the Atari VCS, which I still have not even fucking powered on yet. And I don't think that's going to happen this week with my kids here. But I'm more excited for the Switch OLED than Mitch McConnell's saggy man nips. Actually, no, that's not. I would actually be curious to see what his nips look. I wonder if his nips are like long and look like a turtle, like his chin. Like, I wonder if there's, like, that gobble neck under, like, where his nipple is, and his nipples are, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, even as he walks, like, he gets out of the shower, he has a towel wrapped around him, he's walking there, like, blah, 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 I believe. I want to make more music. I actually have a track started from ages ago I would love to finish. The Intellivision might sell well among Mormons and other middle America conservatives because all the games watch how that'll prove me wrong. But there's parental settings on other consoles, though. I only want my kids to play E-rated games because Jesus would be mad if they played anything else. He would kick their asses. There's a lockout system for that. Like, okay, it's like, so my kids can only play E-rated games. Is that groundbreaking? But maybe that'll be it. We're gonna play the Amico, kids. Why, Dad? What the fuck is an Amico? Jesus wants you to play it and don't say fuck. Don't fucking question Jesus. I don't know. Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that'll be what makes the Miko breakout success. A bunch of fucking Mormons will buy it. I don't know, man. Maybe that's where I'm missing the mark. Watch it be like, the Amico sells 10 million units to 10 million Mormons. Oh, fuck, okay. Didn't see that one coming. Mormons get rock-hard erections clamoring for Amigos. Next on NBC. Mormons are bringing their erect cocks to the store to buy an Amico. And they're rock hard. I'm like, wait, really? They fucking sold 10 million of those things because... Okay, all right, I'm wrong. Never saw that one, but sure, I'm wrong. Maybe they'll have commercials on TV. Amico, for Mormons. It's been built for Mormons. Does Jesus hate Do you think Jesus hates PlayStation? Why, yes, I do. Then buy an Intellivision Amico. Jesus wants you to play it. I don't know. That's all, like, maybe that's, and Tommy will prove he's been a successful guy, so maybe that's he'll prove us wrong. Do they still put quinine? Yes, they do. For me, the OLED Switch is the 3DX XL. I guess maybe. Oh man, all right. Maybe it's that. But when they came out with the 3DS XL, that was a hardware upgrade, was it not? Yes, it was. Because when they went with the... Wrong, you're right. The 3DS XL was just a larger 3DS. Then they came out with a new Nintendo 3DS and new Nintendo 3DS XL, which those actually had double the core count and double the RAM. Did people understand what I said right there? Rich, I have a surprise for you in your messages. You and fucking Turbo Express, man. No, I see what... No. The URL gave it away, and fuck you. Like, I don't need to see that right now, bro. Reaction stream to Ouya reveal and marketing. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, that'll be enough. We got the Alex Jones stream next. That'll be the next one. Let's laugh at the Ouya. What a good idea. I have picture proof that Costo Trianta. You have proof again? Email me the proof. And if you don't email me, then I'll take away your mod ship. But I don't remember you being a mod. Yes, we'll do Crow Cat's video. I mean, we're an hour and a half into this stream. I'm not going to... Because that'll be like a full stream in and of itself. Series S with an extra controller is available online for 360, so I guess the demand for the Xbox is low. Well, that's actually how much it would cost. It's easier to find a Series X and S right now than a PlayStation 5. Doesn't mean it's... I think in the long run, Microsoft will be fine. It's just there's more... I mean, it's still not like I just can't go casually walk and scratch my nuts into a Best Buy. Walk and scratch my nuts. Like, I'm just like, how does that even make sense? It's like, oh man, my nuts itch. I have to walk into Best Buy to scratch them. Wait, why? Because it makes the itch feel better. I don't know. Like, why would I need to do that? But yeah, I can't just walk into a Best Buy right now and get a Series X. So it's not like it's plentiful. It's not like there's not demand there. But yes, there is more demand for the PlayStation 5. So, yeah. I mean, like I said before earlier in the stream, Costa I made you. Generally, a lot of the people that I modded here, yes, it was a lot of mods. But I know the names of, like, everyone there. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. Like, I did. I remembered them. So that means, obviously, they were a good mod. The nice thing about going from my previous channel to this channel is that there was a lot of rogue mods on my other channel that would just be assholes sometimes and just start blocking people for no fucking reason. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I ain't streaming on that channel. So those mods, their mod privileges are useless. And a lot of times because they didn't show, like they didn't chat or interact, I didn't know their names, so I'm not going to mod them. Reactions. So yes, that will be a definite. That's a brilliant idea. Series S with an extra controller. So yeah, I already answered that too. So it's not that it's low, it's lower. I don't know the numbers, but I hear the like, especially I'm actually hearing it's doing good in Japan. I did a video on that. Japan, China, USSR, USA. Dun, 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 dun. Why the fuck am I doing that? Why am I just sitting here singing poorly Street Fighter and sounding like the announcer? Round 2. That was shit. The round was starting okay. U.S. Brazil. Like, it's so weird the way the guy said some. Like, there was no, like, why was the diction like that? USSR. Brazil. It's kind of like how Steve Ballmer just, like, accentuated. When he was doing those, like, Windows pitches from, like, the 80s and early 90s. You can get Windows XP. Like, oh. A clock! Whoa, that's a hell of a clock. Jesus, Steve. You really like that clock, man. Jesus Christ. I can't do the look here, look, listen. I've tried. Look here, look, like if I do it, like my voice goes out. Well, bad storm and power outage just hit at my job. Why did I have I gotta have a Western accent there for a second. Yeah, I was kind of afraid when I started the stream because I heard some loud thunder that maybe I'd be getting. It sucks, man. I hate power outages. Sorry to ask, but can you mod me? McLean, yes. You know, you I know. I've known you for fucking years, so you're an exception. Bro, I've known you for a long time, dude. Known you for a long time. Look here. Look, listen. Look here. Appearing offline doesn't fucking... appearing offline doesn't fucking stop it. So stop talking shit you know nothing about. Nothing about. Look here, listen. Look, listen. Look here, listen. Look, listen. Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop talking about shit you know nothing about. Yeah. Oh, damn. Even the fucking Stream Deck thought it sucked, huh? I'm actually doing a parody song. When, I don't know, but relatively soon. Using the Cheers instrumental, the theme of Cheers. Basically talking about how I think Steve Crowder is secretly gay. I do think that. He's very... A man that homophobic... Usually when they're that homophobic, it's kind of like the guy... Chris Cooper from American Beauty, his character. Usually it means that they want the shalong. So I'm going to be doing a theme song. I'm going to make lyrics for the Cheers instrumental, and it'll be about Steven Crowder declaring that he's secretly gay, and that's why he's homophobic. Steven Crowder is not homophobic. Really? Stop it. He shall be exposed. Come on now, dude. You know I'm not on the politically correct board, but I don't know. He shall be, and it'll be funny. Like, even if you love Steven Crowder, I think you'll think it's funny. It'll be a good, healthy roast of mead. Steve Ballmer actually came to my high school to talk about the new Bill and Melinda Gates scholarship. Everyone was saying that he was coked. Oh my God, I could totally believe that he's blowing lines. I could totally, like, he just looks like a guy who has snorted coke, but he like would do bumps of coke like in between office meetings. Holy fuck! Oh, fuck the clock! What, Steve? I'm just saying we have a meeting at 4:00. It's about. Oh, I got a booger. Why do you have? Why a booger's not like powder on a clock? Give me a minute. Yeah, obviously. Come on. Any guy that runs out on stage initially with that much sweat under his armpits has to have some cocaine in his veins. Rich, have you run into any random fruit telling you they will be ripe next Tuesday? Oh, yes. I'll be ripe next Tuesday. Oh, wow, look, I'm grabbing a breast right now. I'm grabbing an orange like a breast. I'll be ripe next Tuesday. Squeeze me. Squeeze me, Bill. Also, does Bill Gates have any more weird videos like that? That was pretty much it. Kind of surprised. Thought there was going to be more juicy Bill bits. That doesn't sound right, but I like it, though. Juicy Bill bits. Oh my God. Crowder ain't doing. He's like anti-weed, dude. Joe Rogan ripped him a new one. I saw the whole way back when, or no, that's a lie. I don't want to say this. I saw a good chunk of Steven Crowder's interview on there. Then they start talking about weed, and Joe Rogan just like annihilated him. B17 Balmer. I wonder if Nintendo is going to fix their online play issues anytime. I can't play with my friends just because their NAT type is B. Ooh. Yeah, Nintendo really Nintendo, we're like 6th generation, 7th generation. We're 4 generations into online gaming. Like, it's time. I guess with the GameCube, you could say they didn't count with Nintendo because they barely had any fucking online games with that. But it's time for you to catch up. David Hicks, did I really miss your super? I just got the QVC Series X bundle. Amazing deal. It is an amazing deal. You totally did not get ripped off at all. Watch the video on backseat Tesla driver. I'm not going to watch any videos this stream, but we will do the Ouya stream. We're going to do, like I said, the Alex Jones stream next. I just didn't have the fucking energy for that tonight. Even though my energy picked up halfway through the stream, I just did. I'm going to need to be at like level 10 from beginning to end for an Alex Jones experience stream. I just can't. I can't. I would probably pass out and fall under the desk. But, yeah, he got ripped apart, Steven Crowder. You know what I mean? When he was on there talking like his anti... I'm not saying that, you know, weed is harmless. Like, yeah, you smoke and drive or get high and drive, you definitely... I know firsthand that it definitely impairs you. Not that I drive, but I'm saying, like, I take it and I feel that my reflexes aren't as good, you know? Or my motor skills are decreased. But to demonize it... Well, he wasn't even demonizing. He was just like, oh, you see that there is more... It's going to cause more accidents, and like Joe Rogan brought up statistics like factually proving Steven Crowder wrong. Like he was mopped on the fucking floor with it, man. Maybe because he wasn't wearing his holster back then. His gun holster. That's why he had to have his gun holster. He would have won the debate then. He would the person he was Joe Rogan would have been so intimidated by his gun holster. They would have been like, "Oh man, I can't. Whoa, you have a gun holster." No, dude, I'm telling you, like, you feel it. There's no way I would fucking drive stoned. No way. And it's illegal to anyway. If you like admit to it, like say you got pulled over and the cop's like, yo, you're going over lines and shit, my dude, what's up? And you're like, yeah, I smoked a little bit. You would get a DUI. I said a complaint to the Better Business Bureau about the key. Did you really? Oh shit. Hello, Mr. Review Tech USA. How are you? I'm doing good there, Dwayne. How are you doing? You doing okay? That's good to know, pal, because I'm doing just fine. So obviously I'm not saying that like, oh yeah. And look, man, there's things like weed, like marijuana could increase your heart rate, and if you have a heart condition already, that could be dangerous. Like, I'm not saying that it's this magical thing that everyone should do. I could tell you firsthand that it's not. But I would say alcohol is more harmful, definitely motherfucking more harmful than marijuana, without a doubt. That's not even a question. Why am I even kind of, sort of, or insinuating? No, marijuana is factually less harmful than alcohol. Not saying it's completely harmless, but it is much less harmful than alcohol, and alcohol is legal. Of a certain age, but it's legal. On a federal level, too. So, can we get a dedicated stream to Alex Jones, DSP Wings, Steve Jobs, and more cop videos? Yes. I will actually copy and paste your motherfucking comment here. I'm going to open up a notepad. I'm going to paste. I second that, Beal. And I'm going to save it to my desktop so I don't forget it. I could save it in the cloud too, but I'd rather put it on a desk. Stream ideas. There you go. So now I won't forget them, because even good ideas, if I don't write them down right away, stoned, not stoned, I'll still forget them. So boom, there you go. You know, so getting back to weed again, I don't know why I'm talking about weed so much. Probably because we've gotten to Steven Crowder and me making a parody of the Cheers theme, admitting to that he secretly wants cock. Yeah, I'm not saying weed is harmless, and, you know, I mean, if you're young and your brain is developing, it's an awful idea from what I've read to smoke weed. You shouldn't. Smoking weed and driving, it impairs you, and you should not do it. If you have heart conditions and smoke, because it constricts your blood vessels. Like, there was a guy, I think it was in Australia, it was an older man who, they're like, oh yeah, do you try a medical lollipop or whatever? I'm not sure where it was exactly from, but I know the story is accurate. And he, because he had some kind of heart condition, it caused having the THC lollipop caused him to have a heart attack. It's like, oh, I'm not laughing, but like, holy shit, you know? So yeah, it's not harmless. I get it. But you could have too much weed, but you can't overdose from it. There's been no direct correlated deaths to weed itself. So, yeah, and the thing about, yeah, again, not saying weed is completely like, you know, it's the miracle fucking plant, but alcohol you get physically addicted to. You don't even, it's clinically proven you do not get physically addicted to weed. Like, so I just don't understand how you could be for, and I don't want alcohol to be, I don't want alcohol to be banned. We already tried that anyway, but I don't want alcohol to be banned. But I don't understand how you could be against, you could be for alcohol being legal, but be against weed being legal. You just, when weed is factually proven to be far less harmful than alcohol. You would have a tough sell trying to explain to me why that makes sense to you. Weed and liquor just puts me to sleep. Well, the one thing I like about weed, though, like, yeah, there have been, it happened the other day where I took too much spray. I didn't mean to. I guess I must have did extra squirts. But anyway, like, I got too stoned. I was like, whoa. So it must have been a lot, because it takes a lot for me to even get, like, a buzz now. But, you know, if that was alcohol, you had too much alcohol, you would wake up the next day feeling like shit. With marijuana, you don't get, at least I don't get that. I never had like a weed hangover. Never. So even if you have, like, you have too much alcohol, you're like, mine, even when as a teenager, like, your next day is done. You know, when you have too much weed, it's like, oh, that sucked, but now it's over with and I'm fine, you know? It's all about using it in moderation and using responsibly. Anyways, back to work for me and out of spare cash. I'm listening, but have a good night. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, Jacob. And yes, it's a very good place. It's like food. We all need food. It's like me saying, oh, food, you should, food should be, food, you shouldn't have food. Food is bad for, like, no, it's bad for you, Rich, because that's like me saying that pizza places should be banned because you could get fat. Like, no, Rich, you got fat from pizza because you could eat a whole entire pie in a sitting. You know what I mean? Like, but, you know, I don't know. Like, again, my thing is, if you are pro-alcohol being legal on a federal level, but against weed being legal on a federal level, you have a really tough uphill battle to explain to me why the fuck that makes any sense to you. The only weak sauce argument that I think, but even though like in states where weed was initially legalized on a state level, they actually said that car crashes decreased or they didn't increase. The only thing that I think people would be like, well, Rich, there's no breathalyzer yet for like if you're stoned. But like I said to you, they did that study, and actually, like they said, DUI incidents and accidents didn't increase. So, are you going to watch a PlayStation State of Play? Yes. When the hell is it? Tomorrow? I don't even, man, my life has been between, my dad's home, by the way, between my dad being in the hospital, now my kids are here full time for a week, to everything else I had going on. I have so many fucking things that I have to review. I was going to do them, then I was like, you're not going to do them this week. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, huh? When is it tomorrow? Like, I have so much. Now, of course, there's actual news. Tomorrow, Rich, State of Play hype. Okay. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I'll talk about it. I already have some interesting stories. The news is picking up, man. Interesting news. It's nice to see that I'm already starting to see the damage of streaming basically for 2 years straight on my channel, main channel. Now that I'm not doing that, is actually kind of reversing things. So I got interesting products for the Series X and Series S, or Series X and PlayStation 5. I mean, I have to do videos on. I got the Atari VCS I got to do a video on. I might even script that. But then that gets risky because that involves a lot of time, and then if the video is a dud, then that kind of kicks in the ass area. So I may not have to script it. Sometimes I think my shit's funnier when it's not scripted anyway. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now because I'm a man with a small, small penis. Well, I guess the argument you can make with cigarettes, even though it's factually proven that cigarette smoke, I mean, smoking anything, it has carcinogens in it, but cigarette smoke is way fucking worse than marijuana smoke. I wouldn't smoke anything. Like I said, I use edibles. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like, you're really gonna say now the only argument you can make is that weed does impair you where cigarettes don't. You know what I mean? Like, you could drive and smoke a cigarette. You can. So I guess that's the only thing they'll have. Cigs are fucking gross. They're really fucking gross. Unscripted. He deserves more. Crap Gamer. This is me coming out of Crap Gamer's hole. Actually, that's weird. Why would he be shitting me out? What does he always say? Keep that same energy. Plays this, so it's 5 p.m. my time. Ooh, that's going to be kind of tough to do live with the babies. My kids will probably not let that happen. So, you know what? I'll just talk about it in tomorrow night's stream. People seem to like that even more anyway. Rich tomorrow, Switch OLED, can it run Crysis? Well, actually, factually, I'm fat. Switch already runs Crysis. Even though it's the console version, basically, from the 7th gen consoles that they brought over, but it runs it. Actually runs it pretty good, too, if you watch Digital Foundry's video. Rich, check out Adam Ruins Everything video on marijuana. Sure. Not right now. I've never even heard of it before. I don't know what rabbit hole he's going to go down to, but I'll check it out. Maybe if I think it's stream worthy, I'll do a stream on it. That's what I love about streams, is I can talk about that kind of edgy shit. I like Amico tards. I like that. It works. It has a ring. And again, not everyone who is excited for the console is an Amico tard, but then I'm talking about that core group. I know we already went over all this, but I like Amico tard because it fits. My dad got like a spider bite on his leg. He's fine now. He's out of the hospital, but it got infected, so he had to go have like IV antibiotics because he started feeling like he was feverish. He's like, yeah, no, I gotta go get, yeah, and he did. So they think it's something along those lines. At least the Amico is better than the Switch OLED. I don't know about that. Could be. And look, here's the thing, man. I'm going to give the fucking console a fair fucking shot. I know I've said this, a review, repeat myself for the 85,000th time. I have a pre-order of it. I'm not canceling the pre-order of it. I'm going to try the fucking thing. And if I like it and like my kids like it, and I'm like, all right, I get this. My kids are really enjoying this. I'm getting it. But Tommy, I got to tell you, and I mean this, I'm genuinely saying this as a friend. Like, chill with your online presence, because it's not a good look for the company. And my whole audience here basically agrees with that. Like, take a step back. Maybe have someone else. Like, maybe have vice president or something. But you being as engaging with all the negativity and positivity and quote tweets and stuff like that, it just does not look good. And even if the product ended up kicking ass, you giving it that image could hurt it, man. Just be careful. You didn't watch the 50s propaganda on, but it makes you into a schizophrenic serial killer. Stick to vodka. No one's died from vodka. Does it really fucking say that? I assure you, plenty of people have died from vodka. There have been plenty more people that have died from vodka than have ever died from marijuana, at least directly. Reefer madness. But dude, Tommy, seriously, man. He's like Donald Trumping in television. Like, you need to put the way you hand over the accounts to somebody who won't engage as much. Like, I can't stress enough how awful it looks. Look, even if it still is just not a good look for the company, even if the console is successful. Like, you just need to stop. Like, right now. You want to stay CEO, stay CEO. I'll take back the thing where I said, so I know I repeated this before, but I'll take back where I said you need to, like, step down. But if you don't step down, but shh. Don't stop quote tweeting people. Stop liking people when they're talking shit about saying that, like fuck people. Like, he's like all the haters of the Amico could eat my ass. Tommy Tellerico like this, and I'm like, that didn't actually happen, but you get my point. Like, the Amico haters could eat my hole. Tommy Tellerico like this. Like, don't like that stuff. Like, it's different. Like, yeah, sometimes, like, I follow Full Metal Ifrit. She does, like, the OnlyFans stuff. She's been a fan for years, and she's an avid gamer, and we've corresponded before, but she has amazing ass pics. I like one of them, but I'm a YouTube person. I can like that. You're a CEO of a company. You can't be liking things where people are talking about the haters of the Amico could eat my ass. I'm not saying he actually likes something like that, but when people are, like, confrontational, the CEO of the company shouldn't be liking that stuff, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not good. You know? It's not good. How long till you see sub growth? I'm already seeing it now. It didn't like I'm gaining subs instead of either flat or losing. However, to me to get back to the number I was at before is going to take some time, unless some video blows up somehow and gets spread all over, like Reddit or social media. But that doesn't happen often. Has your father tested out because he got bit by a spider? Yeah, he's actually he's actually fighting crime right now as we speak. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, I thought you were sending me. Dude, I do look like a mushroom. Yes, I do look like a mushroom. Where'd you get that picture from? Did I share it, or did you're getting grandpa excited? I didn't see that either. Yes, I will use that as a thumbnail. Yes, you're getting grandpa excited. Oh my god. So, yeah, again, and I'm not saying that to like talk shit about Tommy. Like, could you imagine like Phil Spencer doing that? Like, he had that professional roast, which was actually quite beautiful, of Crap Gamer. But could you imagine like Phil Spencer, like, quote tweeting and talking shit and like liking, like, Microsoft haters can eat my ass, like, or these Sony ponies could suck on a horse cock, and Phil Spencer like this? Like, could you imagine him doing that? Again, I'm not saying Tommy likes something that bad. I was joking, but he's still like engaging with confrontational shit. I live in New York. I met your dad, Spider-Man. Yeah, my dad is now Spider-Man. You've said you don't like turn-based games. I don't. But are they any you like, such as XCOM, Final Fantasy 14, which was an MMORPG? Like, I had a sponsorship for it, so I took it. I'm like, all right, Square Enix wanted to sponsor me, and then I ended up enjoying the game. That's actually something I wouldn't mind going back to, is Final Fantasy 14. But with now having 3 children, it's a kind of a tough thing to go back into. But yeah, like, Tommy, you can't, like, I get your like being interactive with the community more than the average person who is a CEO of a company. That I think is cool. I'm not knocking that. But the abrasiveness is just not a good look. And you wouldn't see, like I said, Phil Spencer doing it. You wouldn't see Shuhei Yoshida doing it. Like, you wouldn't see Reggie Fils-Aimé doing it. Like, imagine Reggie, like, let's just use that again. Like, if someone wrote that, oh, Nintendo Switch OLED haters could get butt fucked by a horse, and Reggie was still Nintendo's president, he saw Reggie Fils-Aimé like this. Like, what? You want Nintendo Switch OLED haters to get butt fucked by a horse? What's wrong with you, Reggie? Again, I'm not saying that Tommy like engaged with stuff to that degree, but he does, like I said, the conflict thing. Rich, Kairuga stuff, Baton Rouge and Chattanooga stand up cucumbers on the horse. Youth, baby. What are you doing to me? Don't do that to your dad. Don't ever do that again. Yeah, like Reggie, it does. But I am, I know I'm being an asshole right now, but I am making a point. Like, if Reggie was still president and of Nintendo, and someone wrote, "Oh, all those Nintendo Switch OLED haters, they could have a crow peck at their nipples until they bleed." Reggie Fils-Aimé likes this. Why are you liking that, Reggie? It just looks weird. Like, don't like that stuff. Like, if you were just a YouTube personality and you want to like that, that's fine. Like, Wang likes the craziest shit on Twitter. Like, we're allowed to do that. But when you're, like, a company selling a physical product and And you're like, a television Amico haters could go butt fuck themselves. Tommy Tellerico likes this. It's like, what? I'm glad to know the CEO of Intellivision wants haters of his product to go butt fuck themselves. Again, Tommy hasn't liked something to that degree, but you get my point. I'm laughing at my own jokes, man. I need to go to bed. 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 I joined to the talk of pleading. Oh, yeah, I just said that before. Xbox haters can get their nipples picked by crows until their nipples bleed. Yes, why am I drinking tonic water? Because I actually like the taste of tonic water. Why are you asking me why I'm drinking tonic water? What would you like me to drink? Tell me what you want me to drink. Do you want me to drink some tea? Some dad tea? Since I'm turning 40 in not even a couple weeks, you want me to drink some fucking boomer tea? Drink your boomer tea, you old fuck. Is that what you want? What, is diatonic water not good enough for you? I like that when Dad is thirsty. Dad has a penis full of pee. I'm going to go pee, then get something to quench my thirst, so I have to pee again. Coffee cake is fucking good. With the crumbs on it, I don't eat that. I can't remember the last time I had a piece of fucking coffee cake. My right titty is actually getting fatter just by talking about coffee cake. But man, I'm not even that much of a dessert guy, even in my fattest moment. But coffee cake, I got a penis full of pee. So my office is right by my brother's room. I live in a 2-family house. I rent one side. My parents are on the other. I'm actually buying this house soon. I'm walking by with my tonic water, and I hear my brother say, as I'm about to walk back into the office, "I'm dunking these nuts in oil." Well, okay, all right. And that's where we're going. Dad's chair. Dad's hair is everywhere, but do you care? Maybe you do. I'll give you some flair. My ass is really hairy. Maybe I should use some Nair. But if I do, would you stare? Huh? Drake's coffee cake. Those are like the bodega coffee cakes. They're good. But that's like, you know, if you're like drunk at 2 a.m. At like a college party and you go to like the bodega down the street in a questionable area and like, all right, this still tastes good and keep me from hurling. Everyone ExpressVPN. I'm actually literally fucking using it right now for this stream. So, speaking of a person who actually uses the products they endorse, my ass is as smooth as eggs. Oh! Give me more bird. That's not enough bird. More bird, please. That's not... Again! All right, that's good. That's good. It's enough bird. Bird is like Jell-O, so there's always room for more, but I was satiated with enough bird at that point. The chicken is where my children are sleeping. So the chicken will stay. Carlos is going to stay there this evening. I wanted to bring Carlos up so I could do some weird shit during the stream with him, but I was like, oh, no, I have 3 sleeping children, and my daughter did not want to let me go and go down. So no. Carlos, the ass-eating chicken, is staying there. Because if she wakes up, this stream will be ending. I mean, my brother's watching her, but still. Wait, no, he's not. He just said he was dunking his nuts right next to my room. But, yes, they are asleep where Carlos is. And, I want them to stay asleep. So Carlos stays. What does my mic smell like? Love. Why don't you date Justine, Rich? Because I'm too fucking good looking for her. Duh. I have women just flocking to me. It's just like, oh, Rich of Review Tech USA, those big pink Frisbee pepperoni nipples. I just can't get enough of them. That's why. I'm too much of a man. Period. Hi, Rich. Can I get a spread your cheeks? Yes, you can.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Oh, carrot cake, if it's done right, is moist and delicious like my ass. Brett Hanks, yes. Let's not even... I appreciate the super chat, and I agree, but let's not even open up Pandora's box with that, because I just feel like being weird right now. As you can tell. It's one of the nice things about when my kids stay with me and you have a 2-family connected house is that you have built-in babysitters. It would be very tough to do this job if I didn't have the living situation that I have. That's why even after I buy this place, I'm stay keeping the way it is, because when my kids are with me, I wouldn't be able to do Review Tech USA. There's no way. If I didn't have my editor and I didn't live in a 2-family with my family, no fucking way. When they're here, there would be no way. Which would definitely impede my viewership. So I got to give a lot of credit to a lot of people. No, I live in a two-family house. This is designed to be a mother-daughter house, I think, or a two-family house. Dude, I do okay on YouTube. But yeah, if I lived with my family and had to for whatever reason, I would admit to it. I don't care. Not in-laws. Like my actual family. You liking your 2-channel setup? Yeah, man. I'm getting pretty much the same viewership here. It's good. I already see it helping out my other channel. Things are starting to stabilize, and I'm actually seeing positive sub growth days. I mean, I'm not up to the number I was before, but now things are coming back. Viewership is going higher. So, yeah, I mean, people warned me for a very long time, but like I said on Twitter, it's like, but Rich, if you knew this, why did you still stream? Why did you still stream in your main channel? Because honestly, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was people telling me that it hurt your sub growth and your viewership because, like, yeah, you're telling me that, like, to defend dying channels. Like, that's just a conspiracy that dying channels bring up. Like, oh, my live streams hurt my viewership. So I'm like, then fuck them. They're lying. But then I would kind of see it. And so I would be like, ooh, it is hurting my sub growth and viewership. Maybe I'm going to stop streaming because streaming wasn't really a big part of my channel. So I would stream for like a month or like a couple weeks, and then I would just stop for like 6 months. But now that I've streamed almost full time on Review Tech USA for 2 years, it's obviously something I'm going to stick to. I know I've done this before, or where I made a secondary channel for streaming. But I was like, oh, yeah, I hear it hurt your sub growth, but I stream so little on YouTube that it doesn't matter. But now that I stream all the time and I see that everyone was right, it isn't a conspiracy that dying channels are making up. It does hurt your sub growth. I'm going to stick to it and just stay in RTU streams. And the fact that, you know, there's a little less viewership here, but 756 people is not far off than what some of my streams were viewed at on my other channel. It's not like, I mean, I would get between like 800 and 1,200 concurrent viewers on average. It's not that far behind here. So to help Review Tech USA, and on top of it too, even if it wasn't hurting like sub growth or anything, just having a secondary channel in case something happens to your main channel is definitely a smart thing, you know. Okay, no politics. Favorite Switch game? There's a lot, dude. I like the Dooms. I always talk about Redeemer. Obviously, Super Mario Odyssey. There's a lot. I wish I had my Switch in front of me because then I could give you like a bunch of little mini reviews. I've done that before. Yeah, I did about 800. I mean, there was a time, like, that was also when I was gaining like 30,000 subs a month in like summer 2020, where I was like, it was like almost close to like 1,500, 2,000 people. But that was an anomaly. That wasn't normal. So yeah, it's not like my streams are almost already starting to get as much concurrent viewership here. I have a stream, some come be tired and miserable with me. It's not like I have a topic-based stream and I still have 750 people around watching right now. So I can't complain. So I'm getting pretty much kind of the same viewership. And I have a secondary channel that's nice to have as a backup if my other channel ever gets suspended or whatever. And so I have a backup until the issue is resolved. And on top of it, I know it's going to help my other channel in the algorithm. And so it's a win-win all around, you know? It's a win-win all around. Hold on one second. Hey, no. Anyway. So, it's like, this was almost a, really have to, especially because my editor helped out a lot. He set up this whole channel just to make everything ready to go. So between him helping and the fact that it almost is getting identical live stream performance, this was like common sense to do. I wish I did it sooner. I probably would have been at 1 million subs if I did this sooner, like 5 months ago. It's just what it is. Quartering drama aside. Yes, I said Redeemer. It's like a top-down beat-em-up. It's fucking awesome. Pacing gets a little off towards the end, but it's still a worthwhile game. So you base YouTube off of an algorithm? What do you mean? Are you saying that from a negative standpoint, or are you saying, I'm just saying what I've been told? I've been told this, that it fucks you up in viewership and sub growth from channels way more successful to me to other six-figure YouTube channels like me. Yeah, well, Breath of the Wild, I hear, is... I played some Breath of the Wild. Not really for me, but I say that. Maybe I should go back to it again. But I know a lot of people that's like their favorite game of all time, let alone their favorite game for the Switch. So there's nothing wrong with truly enjoying something that's cliche. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of things I like that are popular, but I'll also dislike something if it's unpopular to dislike something. Rich, what is my game channel? Well, it's my tech channel is Review Tech USA, where I talk about pretty much whatever I fucking want to. There's a lot of other gaming and tech YouTuber channels that kind of went that route. Like, look at Some Ordinary Gamers. Tipster was actually like a gaming channel when he really started. It's kind of strange how that just kind of happens. But then there's some people, like, I've heard polarizing things about Breath of the Wild. There's some people that absolutely love it, and there's some people who are like, I don't. The biggest complaint I think I hear across the board is they hate that weapons you have can get damaged and break. I always kind of hear that that's kind of like a universal, like, fuck that. So it'll be interesting to see, though, because I was reading a comment, how the Switch OLED sells. It's also expensive. I have the unpopular opinion on Breath of the Wild. You don't like it? I haven't played enough of it. The weapon damage system kind of just it already rubbed my ass the wrong way. I always kind of hate that. I even hate Dying Light's one of my favorite games of the 8th generation. Still love it. But I get why they had to do it to a degree, but I'm like, man, it's a lead fucking pipe. No zombie with decaying flesh and bones is going to make that thing break that quick. You know? But, yeah. There's a lot of and that is true, and you can't repair in Breath of the Wild. I could be wrong about that. I didn't play enough of it, but is that true, that you can't repair in Breath of the Wild? Dying Light, and when you get really leveled up too. That game gets ridiculously fun. Like when I got really leveled up in Dying Light, because I put like 200 hours into that fucking game. Like I was like the incredible. Like I could like plow through like crowds of zombies. Get weapons. You could like slice them in half with one attack. You could like just do like you could like do a backflip over them, and it would stun them. Then you would like elbow drop them to the fucking ground. Like that game is ridiculous, man. I love it. I can't wait for Dying Light 2. Yeah, I get that. See, that's a valid argument. If the weapons didn't break, it would make them useless. Kind of, you could say like at Dying Light 2. It has a 10-minute cooldown before you could use it. Okay. All right, ladies, I actually got to get going. I was checking something real quick. All right, guys. Plus, it's been 2.5 hours, too. All right, cool stuff. I'm actually streaming longer than I thought I was going to stream for like an hour tonight and then like collapse. Thank you very much, new members. Thank you very much, super chat guys, regular chat guys. I appreciate all of you being here. I'll be back tomorrow with more content. Maybe I'll be up to par to do a Alex Jones stream. I think we'll do that tomorrow. And I'll be back tomorrow with more content, too. I got it. So I'll see you with videos. Have a good one, guys.